Hi everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I have Keshav with me,
Yes.
and Keshav has done some research today, and he's going to share his research with us. And if he has any questions pertaining to his research, we will try and explain it to him so that he can understand that. In the process, I hope you also gain some insight into what Keshav researched. If you are a beginner like Keshav and I am.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Keshav,
Today we are going to talk about a thing in balance sheet called cash flow, sir. How important is cash flow? And what I know about cash flow is the one which cash flows in and out of the company is called cash flow. And I didn't know that cash flow has some negative aspects also, sir. Because what I thought is if a company has cash flow in a positive way, I didn't think the company can also have a cash flow in a negative way, sir. I didn't know about that. Because I thought that cash flow is the positive statement.
you didn't know cash flow have a negative impact.
Yes, sir.
Having positive cash flow can have negative impact.
Yes, sir. So today we are going to talk about the importance of cash flow and the negative aspects of cash flow, sir. So the first thing about the importance of cash flow is solvency, sir. Because if the company has enough liquid assets, like liquid cash or something like that, it can meet its short-term liabilities, the short-term debt like something, sir. And it can spend also on its operational expenses, sir. Like what are the things they want to buy, machineries or something like that, they can use the cash flows. Next is investment and growth, sir. That means if a company has a cash flow of positive, like in plus, so it can use its cash flows in investment and growth opportunities, sir. It can expand its company's growth, sir, by using the cash flow, sir. The next thing is buffer against financial challenges. A company can use its cash flow to stay stable when the market goes up or down, sir. It can have a stable positions with having a positive cash flow.
You're not talking about stock market, you're talking about regular market.
Regular markets, sir.
Whatever they're selling or doing.
Like that, sir. If the companies go down also, they can be stable by using the cash flows they're getting in. So another one is credit worthiness, sir. So if a company has a strong cash flow, that means a positive cash flow, we as an investor have a positive note on that company, sir. Like it has some good thing that we can invest on that company, sir. We will have an idea of investing on the company if a company has some positive cash flow, sir. Like there is no terms of risk in that company. So next thing is valuation, sir. Cash flow is one of the most important thing to see in the company's valuation. It can make the company's valuation good in terms of investors' insights, sir. So you also most of the time ask me a question when we did a video on balance sheet. I talked about PE and book value and all. You suddenly asked me a question called how is their cash flows? I didn't know about cash flow. Then I inquired about that cash flow. It has lot of things, sir, like expenses, expenditures, like all the things are there. So valuation of a company depends on the cash flow, sir. I think so. So next one is dividend distribution, sir. If a company has more cash flows coming inside, then they can make their investors happy by giving them a dividend, sir. Like that, cash flows are working. These are the important aspects of cash flow, sir. Then we go to negative aspects, sir. Cash flow shortfalls. This one I didn't understand, sir.
Shortfall meaning not having enough.
Enough cash flow means shortfall.
Not having enough money.
Okay, sir. That's why they take debt and all to finance their company.
You can't borrow money for cash flow, for short term. You can take on some short term debt. The cash flow has a problem to keep the company going.
Okay, sir. So the next thing is over reliance on external financing means
borrowing too much money and relying on that to sustain your business. That you're not making enough money in your business. You're all the time borrowing. Keep business shutters open. Let's say a case of medical store. You're not able to sell your medicine. But your medicine experts, you have to throw it away, no?
Yes, sir. So
you have to keep buying new stock.
So that's why
you don't running out of money. So you borrow money to buy new stock and keep it. And let's say you're not able to sell it.
I have one doubt, sir. If we are facing a loss at that some time, if we see it in a company, the company is doing bad because there is no demand. That's why the supply are getting stocked because there is no demand. So how can someone lend?
Sometimes what happens also is you keep borrowing. Even when business has turned around, because of your old debt when business was down, that interest cost itself is eating you so much. Like what's happening in Vedant. That guys borrowed so much.
Correct, sir.
The interest cost, refinancing is becoming a difficult one. That's why companies don't try and close their loans. They try and refinance their loans. When they're not able to refinance anymore, they become bankrupt. They never close their loan. They try and refinance it.
Correct, sir.
Go to the borrower and say, boss, we are doing business restructuring like this. Some money will come, some orders like that. So why don't you look at increasing my loan time, maybe add another 10 years and reduce my loan burden, or reduce interest. If the guy is willing to do it, then they'll shake hands and restructure, and then they'll continue to refinance it. If he says no, I cannot do it, he'll say okay, I'll file bankruptcy.
Then also they have one idea called IPOs, right, sir?
Once you've already public limited company, you won't put an IPO. What you'll do is you will sell, extra shares.
Yes, sir.
Raise funds. We spoke on that.
Extra.
Learn to earn. We spoke about.
Yes, sir. True.
Different ways, bonuses, rights issue.
Correct, sir.
Yeah.
Because
offer
we saw
new shares to existing investors. Float fresh shares.
Yes, sir. Sir, we saw some of the companies is opening a new company under the branch and opening
like Johnson & Johnson is trying to do in US. They take one of their small companies. They're trying to put all the lawsuits onto that company and separate that part out. Carve that out and make that into separate things. So all the cancer goes with that.
Okay.
All the
companies
go away with
stay
that
fresh.
company. And the company, Johnson & Johnson, main company. And they went to court.
Okay.
To do this, and court is not allowing. It's going on. Litigation is going on. But all kinds of possibilities. But coming back to cash flow, cash flow is like the blood.
Blood flow.
Yeah.
Correct.
The human body needs blood.
Correct, sir.
Because blood supplies everything to the body.
Correct.
From oxygen, nutrition, and also whatever things, toxins it needs to remove will get into the bloodstream and go to the liver, and it cleans the blood, removes the toxins. So blood is very important. Same way, cash is very important for the company.
Okay.
Right? You can make investment and all that. But you making a product, taking it to your showroom and selling it to the customer giving you money, and the money being used again to make new product, raw material, all of that requires from one box to the other box to go only through cash.
Correct.
If you don't have cash, it doesn't go from one box to the other.
It's like a blocked thing.
Yes. So that is a tube that connects, the plumbing that connects your whole business together is cash
flow.
Yeah. And in cash flow, you can get cash flow from three places. What are the three places you get cash flow? One is operation activity.
Yes, sir.
Where you're doing, which is buying, selling, that gives you, your business operations can create cash. Second is you can invest. Let's say at good times you had a lot of money you made. Crores and crores of money. You've taken that money and you bought Tata Motors shares. You bought ITC shares. A lot of companies do that. They invest in other companies.
Okay.
Right? If you see a lot of small cap companies, if you see the biggest shareholder will be another company.
Correct.
Right? So they've invested. So through that investment, they'll be getting dividend payment and all that. So that is another way you get into cash. Cash that comes into your cash flow. The third way is what you spoke about, which is taking on loans.
Okay, financing.
Yeah, financing. Let's say you're finding it tight in operations and your investment right now is not paying you. So then maybe you'll go take a loan to tie you over the few months till your things stabilize again. So these are three ways cash flow will come.
Okay.
And cash flow has two components in it. One is, like you said, going out, money which is leaving the organization. Second is what's coming
inside.
Your cash flow will always be positive if the money coming in is more than the money going
out.
If it's turning negative, that means more money is leaving and coming in. So that's why you look at the cash flow statement. It tells you how healthy the company is. And you should not only look at this quarter or this year. You should look at as a value investor over 2-3 years.
Yes,
cash
sir.
flow statement.
Most of the time, I did the mistake. Like when you ask me about the cash flow, I will see 1 quarter cash flow, and I told you so many times that, sir, this company is good. Then only I said, just compare. See 3 to 4 years. When is the company started, and see 3 to 4 years max. Then only you know whether the cash flow is stable at a positive side or not.
Correct. And the important thing is you have to see the kind of industry it is. And since COVID happened, COVID has had an impact. COVID is not something that regularly happens.
Correct.
It was a one-off event. So when you look at it, now you just don't have to look at 5 years back. You have to look at 6-7 years ago. Because 6-7 years ago, before COVID, how was the company doing? Then, of course, COVID had an effect on the company. Post-COVID, has it recovered? So you have to spend time looking at a good 7-8 years worth of balance sheet. To really see if the company is really doing business and has it recovered from COVID. How did it manage?
Okay.
So all that information is available in the balance sheet. It's like being an investigative doctor, not a regular doctor. There's something known as a specialist doctors who are known as investigational doctor.
Okay.
What they do is someone will have some disease, right, like a regular fever.
Okay.
You've gone to your regular GP. The guy is not able to find out what's wrong with you. He's giving you crocin, it's not going away. So keep on having this fever. Then you did all the cancer doctor. Everybody saw there's no cancer, there's nothing. Right? So then you go to the special doctor who's an investigational doctor. He'll investigate. He'll look at all your blood works, whatever history. If you have, the more history you have, the better. That's why they say after the age of 30, 35, you should do regular once a year health checkup.
Okay.
So you have a track record. So he'll take out all your files. He'll see over the last 6-7 years of
Your record.
checkup, you'll see what's been happening. He'll try and investigate to see what is causing this.
Understood, sir.
So same way as a value investor, that's the approach you should take. If the company is negative now, but it's had a very good history in the past 7 years, what has led to this negativity? Is it just one blimp? 2-3 years it's bad, but then it's going to recover. That's the biggest problem with a company like Boeing right now.
Yes, sir.
Boeing has got into a lot of problems now.
More flights.
Door flew off. Okay, the plane landed. Thankfully, didn't crash. After that, another incident happened in Japan Airlines where the window cracked.
Yes, sir.
ENA aircraft cracked. Then some other issues they're having. Series of issues are happening, and their stock is taking a beating. It's down by almost, I think, a good 15 or 20%. It's down from its highs.
Okay,
it's come down to $200 or below $200, and it's sitting there. And they're talking about restructuring the board.
Okay.
Because they're saying there's poor leadership in the Boeing company. They want to restructure it. Yes, it is a big company, Boeing. A lot of industries are built on Boeing. And there's only 2 plane manufacturers in the world, Airbus and Boeing.
Okay,
the largest. Only 2.
Okay.
So it's not going to go immediately disappear. But it's going to take some time. How bad is it going to be? How much is it going to cost Boeing? And how this restructuring is going to take shape? And how long will it all take? For the investor, if you put money now, to see again, is something you have to analyze.
Yes, sir.
Because this kind of punishment Boeing is going to take, paying lawsuits and all that, dividend payouts will come down, everything will come down.
Correct.
So you have to analyze it. So that you can see how the past has been, how it's now. And because of all that confusion, that's why no one is recommending that you look at Boeing.
Correct.
Because there's so much of unusual
things happening.
Same thing is true on this polycap which is happening in India. IT, we do not know the nature of it. And
yes, sir.
At least in Boeing's case, there is clarity. Because in the US system is very, you can see through it. All the paperwork is transparent. So you can paperwork, everything you can rely on. In India, you cannot rely on any of the paperwork.
Correct, sir.
So we really do not know what is happening. And as a small investor, where you have a very small savings, you're not, like an Ambani.
Correct.
Where you have 10,000 crores. So you can afford to lose a crore. Doesn't matter to you. When you have 10,000 rupees in your hand, 10 rupees means nothing to you.
Yes, sir.
So in their volume, yes, it means nothing. But in our volume, 10,000 rupees is everything we have. We can't lose it.
Correct.
So that's why we say pause.
Understood.
Okay. Cash flow plays a component in this. True. But you have to always look at the bigger picture. Cash flow is only one thing in the many things you have to see.
Correct, sir. That's what I'm going to do. Every fundamental things like a separate video, sir.
Yes, you do that. But then remember to put it all together.
Correct.
And then you have to study over 6-7 years.
Correct.
If you do that, then you can get into a place where you can actually look at a company and so-called stock picking you can do.
Yes, sir.
Then only you have to start worrying about the price and all that.
Done, sir.
Is it a good time to buy?
Okay, sir.
All right. You're making great progress, Keshav.
Thank you, sir.
Very proud of you, sir.
Thank you.
You've come a long way since our inception of sitting with me in the podcast.
Yes, sir.
You've come a long way. So I'm proud of you. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys, for watching the podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found some information if you're a beginner like Keshav. And I'll see you in the next one soon. Bye.
Thank you.